Yes, Eli Ellington and CJ Boyd. Yeah, I think the obvious storyline is that we played 5 games in 8 days against the same opponent, and I think that anytime that happens, there's so much familiarity between the two teams and if I'm not mistaken, over the previous 5 games, I think they were the exact same number of runs were scored, and even though that they were 3-1 in those games, it shows you how close those games were. Obviously, a really good baseball team, and I think two slightly different styles, but I think at the end of the day, the two styles, when they match up, create just a really dynamic baseball game for the casual fan, if you will. But there's a lot of velocity on their end on the front end of that baseball game, and our guys just kept battling. He was. I think we do a pretty good job at the plate with 2 strikes specifically, and he was doing a really good job against us. I don't know his exact one. We'll say he punched 9 and 3 2/3, so he was responsible for all but 2 outs in those innings, and that speaks so much to his stuff and his pitchability as well. But just super proud of our guys' resiliency. Once we got him out of the game, it was we had a little bit more success, but we just kept going. Like even in the innings that we didn't score, we just kept going. And I can't say enough about Eli Ellington. Guys just competed throughout the entire year, and there's probably a lot of things in there that I'll let him speak for himself here. But I just think it speaks to his character, to have an opportunity like that to walk out there today and do what he did. I mean, we won that baseball game because of Eli Ellington. And had he ever tucked his legs at any point in the season and just stopped and just quit and just felt sorry for himself, we don't win that baseball game today and our season's over. Because he didn't, because he just kept working. We're still playing, and that's a huge credit to him, and he's probably going to have to touch the ball again if we're going to go do this thing. But couldn't be prouder of him today. What CJ's the run he's on right now is pretty exceptional. And I think that honestly, I just think that it speaks to our whole offense, right? And CJ's kind of at the obviously the leadoff spot, and hitting a couple of home runs recently, but our guys just come in and work every day. They really do, and they commit to the plan that we give them, and today's a good byproduct of that. And I know we did a lot in 1 inning, but we're grinding that whole game. We really are. I was super proud of our guys. We're a couple of hits away here and there from chopping in or chipping across a couple more too. Just a huge team win right there. We had it planned to go from Eli, break it up there with Zach Lewis, who did a great job, back to Sleeper and back to Colin, and it worked out. And there's been a couple of times this year that we've tried that same thing and it didn't work out. I think the play that really stood out to me is Hunter Wilder scoring on an infield signal from second base, and we talk about it as an offense all the time. We're at North Carolina A&T, Game 5 of the season. That exact same play happened. Hunter Wilder got thrown out by about 20 feet, right? And we had a choice at that point, right? Our offense and our team, we had a choice to say, well, we shouldn't have sent him, or we had a choice to say, that's just who we are. And because we got thrown out by 20 feet on Game 5 of the season, we had a 2-run play right there on an infield single because our guy got down the line and beat out a play to shortstop. There's so many plays like that I could tell you throughout the day, but I'm just super proud of our group.
Going back to that 10-run 6th inning, obviously a lot of excitement there. You kind of hinted at the fact that you guys had knocked at the door of the inning prior. What is it like just being in the dugout with these guys who can do that, who can put up 10 runs with 2 outs in an inning?
Pretty special. I could talk you through how we got a couple outs in that inning, and I think it could have even gone better, to be honest with you. And I just think and that's why you're constantly, trying to give praise for things that are really good that don't get the home run's the easy one to, applaud. The line out's the hard one. 0-2 to 3-2, that's the hard one, right? And that's the stuff that I think these guys pay attention to. I think our pitching staff does a really good job of applauding those things too, because that's got to be a team concept. But hitting's hard, baseball's hard, pitching's hard, defense is hard. It's a hard game. So to go in there and just continue to compete, I think it just says a lot about our group.
You say hitting's hard. You've gotten 15 hits in each of the first 3 tournament games you've played. What's allowed this group to turn the corner the way they have offensively at this time of the year?
Why don't you answer that?
Yeah, so every day we come in or prepare at the highest level every day. Even when these early games that we had, everyone's in there bringing the juice, and we always talk about what we want to do at the plate, which is hunt pitches in the middle 14 of the plate. And I guarantee if we go back and look for the past 3 games, our slug and batting average with the pitches in the middle 14 are probably the highest it's ever been for us.
For you in particular, a 2-home run game, you hit your 17th of the season today. That matches a single season record at App State. What has it taken for you to get to this point, knowing that you overcame an injury midway through the season? What's that transition been like to get to the form you're in right now?
Not too bad beginning. When I got back, it was a good start, and then I kind of hit a wall real quick, which happens in baseball. But from there, it's just keep working hard every day, and then just seeing the pitches, like I said, in the middle 14 that we want to hunt as an offensive unit. And I think with that's what made all the success happen.
Eli, Coach talked about your trials and tribulations throughout the season. What did it take to get you in a position where you could go out today and throw 2 scoreless, hitless innings?
Just never give up. I mean, I just kept fighting, and he says all the time, get to the next pitch, and I feel like I did that, and yeah.
Knowing what you did here in 2021, how much did that give you confidence entering the situation you were put in here today?
It was everything. I mean, I try and when I was like really struggling, I would kind of lean back and kind of visualize what I felt there, and I would try to apply it, and like I did today. So.
All right. One final question for both the players. In the bullpen, we saw you guys. Everybody's talking, everybody's communicating, and then in the dugout before at bats, everybody's talking what they're seeing. You don't see that on a lot of teams. So. For you guys, as staff, how is that communication? How have you guys bonded? And then in the dugout, the hitters. I mean, how important is that? Before you go to an AB, that somebody that you trust is coming up to you, giving you vital information.
Yeah, so it's just all of us, like you said, trusting each other, and I would trust every single player on our offense to tell me something, and I listen to them. And then when it comes to leadership, we look at Luke Drumheller and Hayden Cross. They're always in there firing everyone up. Even when we were down early, they said, if you want to win, it's going to be a grind, and we got this. Because when we scored most of our runs in the 9th inning the other day, or not most of them, some of them. But Drum keeps saying every inning, play like it's the 9th inning every game.
Before the game, Drum and all the coaches and a lot of the leaders on the team, they're like, it takes everyone. So and I think that was proven today that at once you just pass the torch on and keep it going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.